What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Game Record. This is episode 73, and I am your host, Mr. Chillzone, aka Keyon, whatever you want to call me. I'm fine with it. And I am joined by a special co-host, guest co-host, Dwayne, aka Burke Maiden. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. I see that once again, the Hall of the High Flyer champ runs, ducks me, can't be here. Where you at, Aiden? Where you at?
Yeah,
Don't worry. I know where you'll be on Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. No, Sunday. Sunday, the 6th.
Sunday.
The 6th. I'll see you then.
Yeah, our champ, or soon to be a new contender because he won't be champ anymore. Our high flyer champ is backstage again ducking and dodging his contenders. So it is what it is. But we got a good. We're gonna have a good show for you guys tonight. We got a lot of great news to talk about in the gaming sphere. Our major topic being that the Generation 9 Pokemon just got announced.
Yeah.
I
Was it
am very,
Scarlet?
very weirded out right now.
Was it Scarlet and Violet? Right.
Yeah, Scarlet and
That's the.
Violet.
Yeah.
I'm
I
very
mean,
weirded out because we have two Aidens backstage right now. What the hell is going on? I'm okay. Well, I'll just add the correct one when he's ready. Um, so Scarlet and Violet Generation 9 Pokemon got announced, and then we also have Street Fighter 6 got announced, and the live action Fallout show in development. So we got a lot of good things for you tonight. But first, I do this with all of my newcomers to the show. Dwayne, what is your favorite video game of all time?
uh,
And what do you hope that they do with the series?
well, I don't think they're gonna do anything with this series, because it's kind of a dead series, I think. But my favorite video game series of all time is, most days when you ask me, it's the Soul Reaver Legacy of Kain, the first one.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Um, and then the entire series is probably my favorite series of all time. But I don't think they're gonna do anything else with that series, mainly because they've kind of wrapped it up at this point.
Right.
Like the series is over. They made 5 games. They wrapped it up kind of neatly, as neat as you can when there's time travel and stuff like that involved.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, it was like one of the very first games I had on my first system, like one that I didn't share with my ugly ass brothers and sisters. Uh, like it was my system, and that was a Dreamcast. But it was like the first game. I think my mom got me that and Toy Commander as my first like 2 games.
Okay. Okay. Dreamcast. That is a retro as you can get. I remember that thing, the controller with the little screen on it. It
Yep.
had like
It was a
that
head,
I love.
but it was also the first console that had online multiplayer, and
That's true.
a lot of people don't know that Dreamcast was ahead of its time. Like, no,
That's
but
true.
but that's true. Like Sega made so many they were the first console to have discs. Like
Mm-hmm.
Sega was innovating, but they just realized, like, hey, we can make a whole lot more money and have better profit margins if we stop making consoles and just make games.
Right. And Sega has kind of dropped off as far as gaming and notoriety. They're still under big name companies. Like they're still under I forget what company it's under right now, but they still do their part in helping create games, but they're definitely not as big as they were in the Sonic days, you know. back when all those games were popping. So um, that's dope. Dreamcast, Dreamcast. That's definitely cool. And now I'll bring in the champ, soon to be not a champ anymore because I strongly believe that Gio's going to take it away from him. We're going to bring in Aiden.
I can't even hear anything right now. Hold up, bro. Give me a sec. This shit is fucking me up, man.
Okay.
You see this? Hold up. You see this bullshit that these motherfuckers keep trying to do to the champ right here, dog? I can't hear y'all. I don't know if y'all can hear me. I got the wrong fucking camera on right
Oh, we
now.
can
This
hear
is
you.
all bullshit, man. This is absolutely ridiculous, man. But I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back on my terms. So if you don't mind removing me from the call.
Excuses, excuses, excuses.
Right.
All
Right.
he's got are excuses.
Oh man, he's under fire. He's under fire. Michelle, nice to see you in the chat. How are you? So all right, so we're gonna start off with our free games with your subscription for whatever platform that you are on. Um, yeah, we're gonna wait for it. That's gonna be good when Aiden comes back. Louise, nice to see you in chat. Luigi on I almost said on IG. Luigi on Twitch, nice to see you. So for PlayStation, we're gonna start off. Your free games for the month, if you are subscribed to PlayStation Plus, are going to be Team Sonic Racing. Fun game actually. It's a Sonic version of Mario Kart.
I mean, that's another Dreamcast throwback.
Wait, was that around in
Yeah,
Dreamcast?
yeah, it was.
Wow, I
Yeah.
didn't know that. I didn't know that. Team Sonic Racing, Ghost Runner, and Ark Survival Evolved, and Ghost of Tsushima Legends. Keep in mind, Ghost of Tsushima Legends is a demo. It is a trial, so it's not the full game, unfortunately. But it is there for those of you that want to try it out. Any thoughts, Dwayne?
I mean, not really. To be honest, like none of those like hot or like, oh yeah, I gotta get those. Like, I'll be honest. Like I don't think I have a PlayStation Plus subscription anymore because unless it's still on auto renew because I haven't turned on my PlayStation in like
Oh yeah,
probably
right. You do.
about a year because like the
Mhm.
game because honestly the game I play the most is Warzone and I play
Right.
that on my PC. So like I haven't turned on my PlayStation in a while. And a lot of the newer games I've just bought them on PC because I have a controller that I use for playing Warzone that works on my PC. So like
Mhm.
I just play it
Okay.
on PC.
Okay. Um, what? There was something I just meant to ask you, and it just left me. Oh, what are your thoughts? Speaking of Warzone, on the new season,
I
if
think
it's
that
released, because I think it got pushed back.
it released 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
It
Okay.
released on Valentine's Day.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I think that they fixed a lot of the problems that they needed to fix. The problem is that there's still some issues that they haven't fixed that are like kind of big deals, but they've kind of hinted that they're coming.
Hmm.
Like they just recently changed the health in Vanguard Royale. So like now your base health is 250, and so your total health is, or sorry, your base health is
150.
150.
Okay.
So now it's 300 to like kill. So
Because
one
of armor.
because it's yeah. So you get three
Okay.
plates that are 50 each plus your 150 base health.
Right.
And that's changed the time to kill on like every gun and extended it, made it a little bit longer. So now like if you're a better player, that's actually better for you because you actually have a chance in a gunfight where someone who's worse than you surprises you,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah, that
Because like
I could definitely.
that was the biggest thing up until now is like if a really bad player catches you off guard, you're screwed because
Mm-hmm.
you die
The time to
so
get right.
fast. But
Mm-hmm.
now like you actually have enough time to react, and like if you're better than they are, like you actually have a chance in a gunfight, and I think that that is going to improve the game overall. So I mean I think that it's got some work to do, but I think that it's moving in the right direction for sure.
Okay. Okay. Um, I think that that does sound like a good change, honestly, because there's far too many times where I would see, a lot of experienced players with the game, like like have been playing since Warzone released, have ran into or ran out in like I'd say a field or something, and they would unfortunately run by like a player that's hiding in some bushes, like he's a fucking ghillie or something. I don't know, but and they would just get obliterated. They would get melted with nothing to do about it. So I definitely it
Yeah.
does give them that opportunity for sure. That sounds good. That sounds good. Are there like any new weapons or maps or well, I'm thinking multiplayer. Um,
So they just at the beginning of the year, or sorry, in December of last year, they released the new Warzone Battle Royale map,
mhm.
which
Caldera.
which I like. A lot of people don't like it, but I like it. Um, and there's rumors that coming on the anniversary of Warzone, there's gonna be at least changes, if not a new map for Rebirth. Um,
Mm.
I think it's gonna
Honestly,
be changes. I don't think it's gonna be a completely new map. I just think that it's gonna go through once again significant changes. And anyone who complains about, oh well, they're just gonna change stuff on the map. Yo, Rebirth has only been around for like 18 months, and the map this will be the second time that the map has changed.
really, what was the first time?
When they added like I don't know how long it's been since you played, but like where Control Center is and all like,
Oh yeah, I
and then where
remember
that like that whole part on the like, if you're looking at the map on the left hand side, that's like down on the shore,
that. Uh huh.
all of that didn't exist when Rebirth first came out. None of
Oh,
that was there.
okay, okay.
They have
I got
actually changed like pretty large parts of the map, and
right.
it looks like they're going to do another kind of large change to the map. So this is the third time in 2 years ish that they've, or not even 2 years because Warzone's only been around for 2 years.
Right.
So the third time in a year and a half, however long Rebirth has been out, right? That they've made changes to the map, which is way more often if they keep this up than changes we got for Verdansk.
Right.
Like
Okay.
Verdansk only changed once, as far as I can remember.
Well, well, yeah, that's true because they did
They
the
had the original,
80s
yeah, they had the
versions.
original, and then they went to Verdansk
Yeah.
1984, and
Mhm.
then they went to Caldera.
Right.
So like that's the only time that Verdansk has changed, and
Right.
like they've already changed the map. This will be for the second time, and it doesn't. They don't have any plans. It looks like to get rid of Rebirth anytime soon. So like maybe in another year we'll get another change,
Right.
which means that we've still had more changes to the Rebirth Island map in the same amount of time that we've had Verdansk than we've had changes to Verdansk. So like I don't get the complaints. I think people are just complaining to complain.
Well, that just happens, unfortunately, with you know, a lot of Aiden, you ready? All right. That just happens, unfortunately, with a lot of gaming communities. People. There's just gonna be complainers regardless of what you do. If you do what everyone wants, then there's always going to be those people that are like, "Oh my God, who asked for this? We didn't want this." But then, and then if you don't do what everyone wants, then that majority is going to complain that you didn't do like the what was it? The issue with loadouts not being available from the very start of the game.
Yeah.
There were a lot of people who thought that was okay. They didn't have a problem with it. And then there were like the majority was asking for it back because they didn't like the ground loot. So
but it's that, and it changed the way the game was paced. Where like in the regular battle royale, I didn't have a problem with having to wait for with loadouts, I didn't have a problem with not waiting for loadouts, because in the regular battle royale, like it's not as quick. So you had time to loot, time to, and you could have, it would be, 3, 4, 5 minutes into a game, and that's when you're getting a loadout. Right? Which is really only 2 minutes earlier than if you had to wait for first pub loadout to drop. I think that waiting for the loadout should have been applied to Rebirth, because that's something that pisses me off in Rebirth, when I'm not even a minute into a game and I already run into a team that has loadouts.
Yeah.
That's way too quick. Like that's way too quick, especially for how trash the ground loot is most of the time. So like if I'm going up against someone with loadout, I'm getting wrecked. So either make the ground loot better.
I think they should just do that. Really. Because there's too many situations in which I've seen people with trash ground loot, and they only put like the first like 2 attachments for each weapon like on the gun. Like that's not
because it's because you have like the uncommon, common, rare, legendary, whatever, and it's like the problem is like the legendary ground loot is always like the blueprints that are sold in the store, but those blueprints suck.
Yeah, they suck.
Like they're not even close to like meta builds. Like I think the legendary should always be like a meta build. And the common, uncommon, all that stuff, like they should at least be usable. And the problem is some of them are just not usable. Like they're just straight dog water. And
straight butt cheeks, man.
Like there's nothing more frustrating than when like you get caught in a blender and you're like, well, damn, I have to relocate, but you're halfway through the game. Pub loadout's already dropped. It's on the other side of the island, like where you're relocating from. And like, there's just no way that you're going to get loadout weapons, and anyone you run into at that point is going to have loadout. Like, and you just know that you're screwed.
Okay. All right, Aiden. You good? Everything good?
Man, hold up, dog. This is all just a bunch of bullshit, man. So I'm over here. I'm at my grandparents' house today, which is why the background like looks completely different than anything you've ever seen before. And I'm using her MacBook right now, or like her iMac, and I tried so hard to set up like the ePot cam from like Elgato that you have like for the iPhone. I tried so hard to set that up to get it to like connect to this computer, and just nothing, just absolutely nothing. So I'm gonna give that another shot once we get off the air. So right now you're gonna have to deal with like this really awkward, weird lighting that I'm sitting in right now, because if I turn on the light, like I just like no one wants to watch this for 2 hours, you know what I'm saying? So gotta, we or an hour and a half or however long we're gonna be here, man. But you know what, I'm here, dog. I'm here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Introducing.
You got to introduce me the right way, Keyon. Clear your throat out. Do what you got to do.
I got this.
Oh no.
Introducing the biggest jabroni on the internet, the cheater of cheaters, the liars of liars, the undisputed, undeserving, high flyer champion of himself, Aiden Cossack.
What's going on, guys? Glad to be here. Gotta talk about some Pokemon news with y'all. You know what, Dwayne? That's cute. That's cute, Dwayne. We'll see if you have the same energy on Sunday, the end of the pay-per-view. But you know what? I'm glad to be here.
I mean, if you can even show up.
See, man. I'm waiting right now for something to show up, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Guess what? You ain't gonna pull no BS like you did with the Usos. If you don't show up, the belt's mine. Period. If you don't show up, you don't get out of it. The belt's mine, or Gio's, whoever wins. But if you don't show up, the belt's leaving that shoulder.
Oh, I'll be there. But you know what I'm saying? This belt is nice and all, but it's a little light work. You know what I'm saying? It's a little light work. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking to upgrade in the next 24 hours. You know what I'm saying? So I'm keeping my eye out. What's going on outside behind me? We'll see what develops live on the show or not. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? Talk all that trash. I've got a little something coming for y'all later. So I'm gonna sit back. I'm gonna be the better person. I'm gonna be mature. I'm gonna let you geeks, you nerds, tear yourselves down in these predictions. Tear yourselves down. Get in your own head. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm gonna do me. But we're here to talk about some video games, man. This ain't High Fly Radio.
Lovely promo, ladies and gentlemen, from both of our contestants for Sunday. This is what happens when one of your favorite favorite
That's what happens.
This is what happens when you come under some kind of controversy. You're forced to defend yourself, and when you don't defend well, you get snapped.
I don't defend well. Hold up, dog. You need to talk to the Usos. We're gonna move on. What did you hold up? What did I do? See, this is the real thing. I know there's all this controversy on me, but what did I do? I said Bad Bunny. It was fair game. I won the title when I said Bad Bunny. The Usos just decided not to show up, bro. They spent 13 hours on a flight to Saudi Arabia to beat up the Viking Raiders before they ever had a match. I don't even think the Viking Raiders ever got a rematch, by the way. So if you want to call anyone a jabroni, blame the Viking Raiders for being complete jabronis for not even being able to get into the ring to have the match in the first place.
First of all, leading up to our predictions for the Royal Rumble, all the information I had, I made available to everyone. You did not do the same. Right? I knew which NXT wrestlers were in the building in St. Louis because I had people there. What did I do? I let everybody know who was in the building so that they could make their predictions accordingly. Did you do the same? No, sir, you did not.
You know what I'm saying?
When it comes
down to strategy, I think you're just proving the point that I'm better. When it comes down to strategy, I think you're just putting me over.
When it comes down to it, you need underhanded tactics in order to win. You can't go straight up. Period.
You know what I'm saying, man? If that's how you feel, Dwayne, that's how you feel. All I'm saying is I just think that I have a better game plan. I think that I'm a better thinker. I think I'm a better preparer. I know what I'm gonna be doing when it comes down to Sunday. You know what I'm saying? So
I know what I'm gonna do too.
Oh yeah, who you got? CM Punk or MJF?
I'm not telling you. It's the same rules as before, right?
It's the same rules as before, man.
Yeah. So why would I tell you who I'm gonna pick?
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. You talking about sharing all this information, dog? Why don't we share some information right now?
That's before you had to go and do what? Oh yeah, change the rules about how we make predictions.
Oh,
right? Because under the rules now, we can't pick the same person. Right? So why would I tell you who I'm gonna pick so that you can take the person that I'm gonna pick? But before, when I was sharing information, we could pick the same people.
Listen, Dwayne, you're talking a lot of talk, man, but I don't see anything on your shoulder. I don't see anything on your waist. You laughing, Keyon, dog. You got to wait till Double or Nothing before you even get a chance.
I got you a Double or Nothing, bro.
Did you hear Keyon? Did you hear him? He said, I got you at Double or Nothing because I'm going to win on Sunday night. I'm going to carry that gold. I'm going to continue to carry this flag for High Fly Radio. That's that.
You carry the flag for yourself. I carry the flag for the people. I am the people's champion. You know it. I know it. And on Sunday, the belt is going to come where it belongs. Right here.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Well, that's a little taste for Sunday for those of you guys watching right now, I guess.
All right, so I'll ask you guys.
We are free games, right? Free games.
I'll ask you guys this. So did both of you see the screenshot of the starter Pokemon?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I watched the whole video.
I watched the video too.
Yeah.
I actually haven't watched the video. I just know about like.
I mean, they really didn't show much in the video, anyways. Like it was basically one of those like just broad kind of like, hey, we're about to have a new region, we're about to have like a new generation. Get ready for something new. Mm-hmm. And I got to be honest, man. Like a lot of people were like praising the graphics and stuff like that in the video that was shown. And I don't know, man.
It just looks like Arceus. Like
it looks just like Arceus, and I don't know. It's just
and I'm
nothing
sorry,
about it really nothing about this like really got me super excited. I'm hyped for new starters. Like I always get hyped for the starters. I think the fire starter looks pretty sick, but something about seeing another water duck Pokemon, man, doesn't get me hyped. You know what I'm saying? And I don't really think that
on Switch is gonna be like graphically impressive.
Nah. It's just like nothing that they showed me in the trailer really took me to like the next level of being like, oh shoot, man, there's new Pokemon games. Plus the fact that people are still kind of riding the high from Arceus. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I feel like they might have done these a little too close together, but we'll see, dude. I love me my Pokemon, man. I'm back on my draft leagues and stuff like that. So, I'm always looking for new mons to fuck around with, but I don't know.
Okay. Well, out of the three that I saw, the three starter Pokemon, which one would you guys pick?
Let Dwayne choose.
There's
first.
Sprigatito.
That one. That's the cat, right?
That's the weed cat. That's what the internet. That's what the internet's saying. That it's the weed cat.
Coco, which is the dinosaur, and then Quaxley, obviously Quack.
Man, fuck that. I'm going with that little weird looking, like he looks like a little Mario dungeon type dude, like the little fire starter dude. I'm choosing him for sure.
Oh,
I don't know what he's gonna be when he finally evolves, but I'm really hoping that I really hope that it's like some typings that we don't see that often. Like I would really like to see like a fire ground type. Like that's not really the best for like your water resistance, because it just absolutely destroys you. It's not good for like, ground types, but still, I think it'd be pretty fire. I mean, I'm generally excited for Pokemon Generation 9, but I don't know. I could have gone like another year before they announced anything. Like I still feel like I'm kind of coming out of like Sword and Shield still. So I don't know. I really hope that they add back all the Pokemon though, because I know that they took out the national decks for Sword and Shield, and if they don't put it back in for this new game, man, I don't even know if I'm gonna buy it. To be honest with you.
Okay. Dwayne.
Look, I don't really care much about Pokemon at this point. Like. I haven't played a Pokemon game since like Ruby and Sapphire, I think. It was like the last ones I played. Because like it just got so repetitive after a while. And like one of my issues with like the first 3 generations was that like you could play through the whole game and then just get like worked by the Elite Four. And I think that at least through the natural play of the game, you should be able to finish the game.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's not possible with the first 3 generations. I don't know how it's been since then, but with the first 3 generations, like if you weren't spending hours grinding, getting your Pokemon leveled up, like you weren't going to beat the Elite Four. And that's not the natural progression of the game. That's after the credits stuff. That's secondary content that at least I feel.
Right.
And I think that kind of got grating on me and just made me not want to keep playing the games.
Okay.
I kind of feel like the rinse repeat of Pokemon in general is just kind of like it's getting to be like really annoying with the fact that it's like, all right, new generation, here's your new starters. You got to go through the game. You're gonna go beat the first gym, then you're gonna, advance to the next town. Then you're gonna meet the evil organization that you got to take down in the game. Then you take down the organization. Then you go catch the legendary, and then you go to the Elite Four. And it's like you do that every single game. And the only Pokemon game that I haven't played is Arceus, which my friend Justin texted me the other day. He was like, "Dude, you gotta play Arceus." He's like, "It's the best Pokemon game that they've done," which I feel like part of the reason why he felt that way was because it's something new, it's something different. Like the whole approach to the game is very different. Like even the starters, like there's starters that you've been able to choose in past generations, just like not all three of these ones like at the same time. Like they grabbed like I think they put like Cyndaquil from like Gen 2, and then they put like I think Rowlet from Gen 7, and like they mismatched like everything together, and then they added more like those regional forms, which kind of makes things fun, but it's a whole new approach to the game where it's like you're actually trying to run up on the Pokemon and like legit throw Pokeballs at them instead of like you walk into the grass and then like the static like RPG sequence happens, So, if they had kept going down that route with the new Pokemon games, which to be fair, we don't know if they are or aren't gonna do. But if they keep going down that route and like are trying new things, like I'll be more interested.
It looked like that is the direction that
I hope so. I really hope so. Just because like I haven't had the chance to try it.
Like that's what the video in Scarlet and Violet looked like. It looked like it was gonna be more of the like real world encounter type engagements.
Yeah.
So I mean, we'll see. I don't know if I'm gonna play it. Probably not, if I'm being completely honest, because I've had my Switch for I don't know how long. I only have 2 games on Switch, so
I agree. I have 3.
I don't even have a Switch
Mario
anymore.
Kart.
I sold it.
I have Mario Kart and Smash Bros. That's it. That's all I have.
I have Mario
I don't
Kart,
have
Smash
anything else.
Bros, and Animal Crossing.
And I like don't feel the need to buy anything else.
Yeah.
On my Switch.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're gonna
Switch has basically become like the port device. Like any game that you wanted, that you were playing on like your PlayStation or your Xbox that you really liked, that like you kind of want to be able to play on the go, like get the Switch. Like that's really what it's for. Like at this point,
you're not even gonna have to do that here soon in the future when the Steam Deck comes.
Steam Deck, yeah.
Like when it comes fully to market, like
yeah.
True. So yeah, we're gonna move on to everything being added to the Game Pass and removed from the Game Pass. It's pretty short. It won't take long at all. So starting March 1st, we have Far Changing Tides. We have Lightning Returns, Final Fantasy 13 being added on March 2nd, 2022. Kentucky Route Zero added on March 10th. Lawn Mowing Simulator added on March 10th.
Lawn Mowing Simulator?
Yes. Marvel's Gardens.
I just want to say that one feels racially motivated.
Don't you think like a lot of those feel racially motivated though? Like that one, and then Farming Simulator.
I mean, but they have a lot. They've got like baking simulator and like all
family-owned
like,
Greek restaurant simulator. I want that
one. What is this like why?
It's car building simulator or something like that. There's a PC building simulator. I'm not gonna lie. I want to play this shit.
I'll just build a PC. I don't need to get a game.
That's the thing. I don't know how to build a PC. So
it's really it's a lot easier than people think.
I mean, I'm sure you could probably like watch a YouTube video on it and learn.
I mean, to be honest, you could probably just get the parts and you can figure it out.
I don't trust myself enough, so.
Man, my
I don't.
Like brother when I was
like
13
legit,
built a PC himself.
Most of the parts like you can fuck them up relatively easily because they're like sensitive.
Yeah.
But like knowing where to put things is relatively easy because it's like
I would imagine like
putting this slot matches up with that big ass slot.
Right.
Put it in there.
I would imagine like probably putting the fans, the CPU would probably be easy. The HDD would probably be the hard disk probably be easy. Of course, the
all that stuff.
what's it called?
Out of all of those things, the most difficult thing that you said is putting in the CPU because it's the easiest to damage. But if you just do it correctly, it's super easy. It's not that hard to do. You kind of just drop it into place. You just have to make sure that you don't like bend the pins. As long as you don't bend the pins when you drop it in, like it's easy.
Okay.
Which it has like at least on older ones, it has like a little triangle, and then the socket has a little triangle, and you just line up the triangles. And as long as you do that,
right,
you won't fuck it up.
Okay, all right. So to continue,
yeah, bro, just add the other one. I'm a hold up.
Okay. All right.
This nigga's a mess.
So to continue on with everything being added to Game Pass, I'll go ahead and add them. Everything being added to Game Pass. We have next Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, which I heard is a phenomenal game. Actually got nominated for Game of the Year last year. So, added March 10th, and then Young Souls added March 10th.
The fuck is that?
So, I have no clue. Vom Red. Oh man, we love to see this. So everything being removed from Game Pass. We have Nier Automata, Fogs. Nier Automata is leaving March 15th.
Is that fat ass white girls? I think Ro will appreciate that one.
Oh no,
Aiden, we can't hear you.
It's spelled P-H-O-G-S.
I didn't realize I was muted.
There we go. Now we get it.
Okay, you're good. Yeah, P-H-O-G-S. Holy shit. All right, and Torchlight 3 leaving March 15th, and The Surge 2 leaving March 15th. For Switch, you have all your retro games. And yeah, after we're gonna get into another topic.
So, I got one more to bring up, and this is one I think a lot of people overlook, and it's good to know. Did you know that every month you get free games with Twitch Prime if you have Amazon Prime?
I did not know that.
Oh yeah,
yeah. A lot of people overlook it.
You get free games with Amazon Prime.
Yep. Over the last few months, they've done Fallen Order. They did Squadrons. This month they're actually giving away Madden 22 for free.
Dang! Like on what? Like how do you redeem this?
I think you have to do it on your. I think it's only available on PC. I think.
Damn.
I don't know if there's a way to redeem it.
But
not on PC because it's like through Origin, it's through the actual like game launchers that belong to the video game companies most of the time.
Right.
So some of them you might be able to do otherwise, like on a console, but I think the majority of them are PC related.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's still something that I think a lot of people don't realize that like, hey, you can get some pretty good games for free and pretty recent games for free if you have Amazon Prime and you're logged into Twitch. Like I'm kind of mad that I bought Squadrons, barely played it, and then like less than a year later it was available for free.
Yeah, I'm trying to get better about that where like I'll buy a lot of games the moment that they come out, but then I don't even play it for like months. Like I'll go months on end without playing.
I did that with several PS5 releases, and I don't regret it one bit. So
I'm glad I didn't buy Fallen Order because like I would have like maybe played it a little bit and then I wouldn't have. I know I wouldn't have finished the game. That's for sure.
Yeah, I got it for like $10 on a sale last month.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Dwayne. That's good information.
Yeah,
I
shoot, no, for
actually
real, that really
am
is. Like now, I'm like, hold up, let me go check out what I've been missing.
right.
Well, it's
I
and what's
actually
crazy
am going to add
is
that to
what's
my
what's what's
list.
crazy is like Madden, right? Most of the time you can't find that anywhere for free until the next one is about to come out.
Right.
The next one isn't going to come out until like September, I think.
Hmm.
So this is like 6 months early.
Yeah. Damn.
Okay. Um. Yeah. So we're gonna probably get into another topic. We're gonna talk about Street Fighter Six, being announced, and then right after that, we'll get into games that are releasing this month. So, Street Fighter Six, getting announced. Aiden, can you send me that article? Because I have to pull it up on my computer.
I'm
And
gonna be real with you, Keyon. I don't even got that article. I got a whole other line of topics in front of my
wait,
face right
really?
now.
Did you never send?
I cut some of them and I didn't include some of them that I sent to you on Twitter. I just kind of sent them to you on Twitter to kind of like house for myself. I never put
Right.
those. I never put that one in there.
Okay. Well, send me,
I got a whole different rundown in front of me right now, my brother.
bruh. You
Yeah.
gotta send me the notes.
Let me
Well, we can talk about Street Fighter 6.
Yeah, talk about Street
I'm not
Fighter 6, man.
I'm not a big Street Fighter guy. It just I was always like Tekken. Tekken was like my fighting
Mhm.
game.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah.
for everyone who likes Street Fighter, I'm happy for you.
All right,
But
check the
it's not
private
really
chat, Keon.
it's not really for me.
Yeah. Let me know. Let me
Okay.
know if you can't open the document.
No, I got it.
Okay, cool.
Um,
I was like, hold up, man. I got a whole different line in front of me, my dog. I don't know jack shit about Street Fighter 6, man. I can't tell you
okay.
anything. Hey, man, I heard they got some men and some women in that game.
Oh yeah, no. There's some very good looking women. Coming off of Street Fighter 5, which was not received well at all.
Why
There
not?
was no content in the game. The game was buggy on release. There were a lot of issues with that game, and the player base for it dropped off. Probably not faster than Battlefield's player base, but it did drop off significantly after a few months. So and then microtransactions, DLC, there was a bunch of that coming out, and they weren't fixing the game. There was a lot wrong with that game. So coming off of Street Fighter 5, they have a lot to live up to with Street
Yeah.
Fighter 6. And plus, they're not really doing so well at the current moment because their logo looks like a Discord notification. So, but we're gonna skip. We're gonna move on to something that's actually in the notes for everyone. We're gonna move on to the AEW video game
Yeah,
update.
I'm gonna be real. I was like, damn, I don't know why Keon didn't just transition into the AEW video game from when we did the high flyer bit, but I get it now.
I could,
It's okay.
exactly. I
Hey
didn't even know.
man, shit
But
happens, dude. It is what it is.
yeah. But yeah, we'll move on to the AEW video game update. So
You want,
courtesy of WrestlingInc.com, we have Kenny Omega, AEW.
you want me to read it out?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So Kenny Omega was asked by Wrestling Inc. He kind of gave us like a brief update on what's going on with the AEW video game because they announced it long time ago, but we haven't really heard anything about it yet. But basically, what Kenny said was that it's coming along. There's a big emphasis on the wrestling aspect side of the game that they're trying to put into it. Like they really want you to be able to feel like you are a wrestler in like sitting in the position of the wrestler, like in their shoes when you're playing the game. It says we really want to flow. We really want the game to flow like a wrestler. So the matches will go. Man, what the fuck does he? Sorry, I got it like all blurry right here. He says we want the user to be able to assume the role of their favorite AEW wrestler or superstar, and whoever that is, if they can create they can create their own wrestler and create a wrestler mode. When they mix it up in the ring with whatever match type they want to choose, he wants them to be able to feel like you're really in it. And the main focus right now is really just having fun, and they want the game to be able to play well. Instead of like what you get from some of the 2K games, where it's choppy. You got wrestlers humping Dakota Kai. It's weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's all types of glitches if you check out like some of those like WWE 2K, like I think it was 2K20 or 21. I can't remember. I think it was 2K20, which was the one that like just was absolute garbage that everyone just shit on. But basically, Kenny Omega it's a pretty general update. The update is basically that there is no update. So I don't know, man. I just want this game to come out, dude.
So what are some things? And I'll go to both of you guys. But what are some things that you guys are expecting from this game, as far as quality is concerned?
Quality, man. I want the game to be good. I've got some faith because I know Kenny Omega's like a big video game dork, and they've got him in charge of it for some reason. But I really don't get that also because it's kind of like getting a big film fan to direct a movie, and they've never really directed a movie. It's like I don't know what that's gonna look like. They've got Aubrey Edwards in there who has background in video game development. Like that's where she came from before she was a ref for AEW. So that's pretty cool. I don't know, man.
Look, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what like innovation they could bring to like the wrestling game genre.
Yeah.
I don't trust Kenny Omega being in charge of this because he's like a like Street Fighter like lover, and
Yeah.
like, that doesn't really translate to the way you would want someone to play a wrestling game. And that kind of like, it makes me wary that he's gonna make a game that he would like, and that's not necessarily a game that's gonna have broad appeal for people that play wrestling games.
Yeah.
But I mean, I may be completely off base with that, but that's just like where my mind goes, and that's kind of what gives me hesitation. And that also is what makes me think that's what's taking so damn long with this game.
Yeah.
Is, he wants it his way, and they're saying like, well, it's not really the best way to make this game, and they're not meeting in the middle. So I don't know. I'll be honest, I don't expect any of the people that are with AEW right now to be around when this game finally comes out.
Dang, man.
And
it's weird too because like I wonder what the game's gonna look like now that like Tony Khan's acquired like Ring of Honor. You know what I mean? Now it's like, are we gonna get a lot of like those Ring of Honor wrestlers in there? Like, can I put on like CM Punk, like Summer Punk, like skins and stuff like that? Like, can I put on like a Bryan Danielson skin that makes me look like Bryan Danielson from like the early 2000s? Like, I think that aspect of it would be really cool, and to like be able to change the arena to like some of those like old like really grungy places that they would go to for like ROH. I think that's pretty like, I don't know. Like I'm excited to play as like some of the wrestlers that like you don't have a chance to play as in some of the games, like, and create some of those dream matches yourself. But yeah, I'm kind of with Dwayne where it's like there's really no precedent set, so it's like I don't know what I'm getting myself into with this.
And I think that like all of that is good points, but I think a lot of people are not going to realize doing all that takes a lot more time, and that's going to add a lot of time.
It adds time
that you're not going to have the game come out, as well as like this feels kind of like, to me, you guys remember that game Skate? I think that was
Skate.
Like, yeah. So it came out like right after like the height of popularity for Tony Hawk Pro Skater. And it
I used to have this game,
and it like changed the way like controls worked and all that kind of stuff. And it's like that's what this feels like to me. Is they're gonna try to reinvent the wheel for no reason?
Yeah, it doesn't need it.
Like
they've had some comments too. Like. They've said some comments too, like over the time where like, oh, like we're going, like it's gonna be very different, you know what I mean? And it's like, man, but why does it have to be different? You know what I mean? Like if you're trying to get that audience that like already likes like the WWE 2K games, why don't you just do that? But AEW,
And to be fair, I don't think that there's a lot of issues with the 2K games outside of the fact that they just push them out too
yeah,
quickly.
they just need a little more time in the kitchen.
Yeah.
That's really it.
And it's really what it is because they're so buggy on launch. That's the problem.
Yeah,
And I know someone will be like, "Oh, but like your favorite game is Warzone. Warzone's so buggy." The difference with that is Warzone is trying to optimize across two consoles and PC.
yeah,
And the issue with that is consoles are fine. You know exactly what hardware is going to be in there. You can plan how to optimize your game.
And
But when
plus,
you're
Call of
looking at
Duty has been Call of Duty started out as a console game. Like just up until recently, when Modern Warfare 2019 released,
yeah,
that Call of Duty had always mainly been prioritized on consoles.
yeah,
Any like PC COD game was just a port of the console games. They weren't fully developed. Like you don't have all the options that you have with Call of Duty right now, like field of view, the graphics option, like all of that. So that's how
but
those games have changed.
but the reason it's so buggy is because when they try to optimize for PC, they have to like think of every single possible hardware combination that's out there for PCs, which I couldn't even calculate how many there are. There's no excuse for 2K games to be buggy because they're for consoles. They
yeah,
know what
Mhm.
hardware is going to be in there. They know what is in a PS5. They know what is in an Xbox Series 1 or X or whatever the hell the weird naming scheme is for Xboxes nowadays.
yeah,
But like they know what's in there, so there's no reason for it to be buggy. And that I think is a valid complaint about the 2K games. But after a while, they're fine. They work out the bugs and they're fine. And I don't think
yeah,
that there's no problems with the controls. It's not like the control scheme is like terrible or anything like that. It's just they're buggy on release, and
yeah.
you know,
I wonder if we'll get an update on like Sunday or anything like that for the games, or like a new trailer or something. Because all we've seen so far is just like clips from the game, and like none of it's really impressed me so far. If I'm being honest, like I don't know if I really fully enjoy the art style that they're going in with the games either. Where it's like they're kind of like leaning into like this really like cartoony vibe, and
yeah,
I
like
personally don't.
the
That's not really what I want
like the
personally.
WWE Superstars mobile game
Yeah,
or
dude,
whatever it's called.
exactly.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Exactly. That's exactly what they're like kind of leaning into, where everyone's kind of like this like cartoon version of themselves, which is not really what I want out of a wrestling, because like the whole point of like wrestling is like you're trying to make it feel as real as possible.
yeah.
Mhm.
So when you completely undermine that and you're just completely leaning into like the cartoon aspect of it, it's like that's not what I want in a wrestling game. So
Right.
I don't know, man. I don't know how I'm feeling about that. How the AEW game, dog.
I would definitely say that I agree with both of you guys, especially on the point that it I'm very on the fence about someone who's not really experienced in developing video games being in charge
Mm-hmm.
of the game's development. Um this could really lead to one or two things. Either the game never gets finished because, you know, there's people that want to advise him on how the game should be made, and he doesn't want it made that way. He wants it made his way, like, Aiden was saying.
What Dwayne
um
was saying.
Dwayne, I'm sorry. um and or the game does come out, people don't like it because it feels like a different game than it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's another point of what Dwayne was saying, was that because I didn't know that he was a fan of Street Fighter. I did not know
Oh,
that.
Oh yeah, Kenny Omega's like a huge Street Fighter guy.
I knew
Honestly,
that.
I gotta send you the up down video. Whenever it was New Day versus the Elite. It was all three of the New Day versus the Young Bucks and Kenny, and they all played Street Fighter against each other. It's a great video. You got to check that one out.
And to be fair, I don't know that that's what's holding up the game.
Yeah, this is all speculation.
I'm just speculating here. I have no clue what's actually holding up the game. But as someone who's worked on creative projects with people that have a very particular way, a lot of the times the thing that holds those up is that person not being willing to kind of compromise what they want the outcome to be. Whether right or wrong. It's just the thing that holds up a lot of creative projects is that.
Yeah.
So it's I don't think that it's a far leap or way outside of the realm of possibility that that's what's holding up the game.
Yeah.
You know, this sounds very, very familiar to a game that I love with all my dear heart. But I won't get into that because I'll ramble on for about like 15 minutes about how overdue that Bully is for a sequel. But okay.
I mean, I think I don't remember if y'all talked about it last time, but isn't there like a Bully sequel in development now or something?
There is speculation on
it's
a
not
Bully
official
sequel,
though.
but it's not official. There have been quote leaks. We don't know how accurate because leaks always should be taken with a grain of salt. We don't know how accurate they are. We don't know if it's in development, if it's not. We don't know anything because there are like 15 different people saying different things. So, and like half of the people say the same thing, the other half say something. It's very confusing. We don't know anything about a sequel to that game, honestly. So, unfortunately, I don't know anything as far as Bully is concerned, but I have been keeping my eyes wide open for any kind of news related to it. So,
shoot, man, do you want to kind of keep in like that like sports mode? We got like the Lego 2K news towards the bottom.
Yeah. We'll move on to Lego 2K being announced. The partnership we'll see a football soccer game developed by Sumo Digital. I recognize this company actually. Followed by an open world racing game currently being developed by WWE 2K Studio Visual Concepts. A third game is in development and it's set to be based in on a major sports franchise.
I'd bet money that game is like Lego NBA 2K. I'd bet money on that.
Really?
I don't think so. Isn't their deal almost up?
2K and NBA?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure their deal's almost up.
Shoot, it might be.
I think there may be another 2 years.
I mean, it could be Madden. It could be like.
Well, it's not Madden.
It's a different thing.
It's definitely not Madden because EA has
it's a different thing
locked down for a while. But it could
I don't know
who makes the show.
ML. That's 2K.
So it could be MLB. But it's based around a franchise, not a. It's said about a franchise, not a sport.
Right.
So it could be like, like Lego Man United or Lego Lakers or Lego.
Yo, that'd be weird. Lego Lakers with no other basketball team.
That's what
you're just Magic Johnson and Kobe Bryant.
I think you would. I think it would be like a Lego like manager mode.
Oh, okay.
Oh, my mistake. It's not 2K. That is Sony. That's Sony's game.
Okay.
Sony Interactive Entertainment. So
yeah, I couldn't remember who made it. I just remembered that they've had issues with baseball licensing for God knows how long.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, what were you saying?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, regardless, I think that it's a pretty cool concept, like the idea of like the Lego 2K games. Like I feel like that's a really fun interactive way for like the family to like kind of like get more involved, because I feel like the 2K games have a strong target audience, you know what I mean? But like if the Lego games kind of like reach everyone, like everyone's down to play a Lego game, you know what I mean? Like you could sit anyone down and play a Lego game for about 30 minutes and they'll have a good time. I always feel like it's a good way to like kind of like get the whole family involved. So I don't know, man. Like maybe if they did like what if there was like a Lego like sports game, you know what I mean, where it's like Wii Sports but like Lego. You know, I think moving into like stuff like that would be pretty chill.
I think that would be fine. I think the problem with this is how do you keep the like soul of or the essence of Lego games? Like they're all kind of designed that you have to like play every level like 5 times to get every single item and get 100% completion and all that stuff.
Yeah.
How do you incorporate that into a sports game? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's all about like searching through the world to find that piece that you missed. And it's like if I'm just playing 5-on-5 basketball, like I'm not gonna miss no pieces. Like
Right.
Like
I wonder if there's maybe gonna be like a story mode on any of these games where like you kind of have to like you gotta beat the other team in order to like unlock that team or something, like maybe you start with like I don't know though.
Usually Lego
I'm not gonna
games
lie,
are
I don't like story modes in sports.
I don't either.
Really. Like
I don't either.
Like I haven't played a single one that I'm like, oh, this is really well done. Every single one I've been like, yo, F this. Like I'm done with this. I'm gonna just go play online and play multiplayer.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna play the story mode. Like the story mode's whack.
Yeah. It might be
I was definitely gonna say as far as story, because the only sports games that I've played that have story modes are like the 2K games. Like those have story modes. And they're usually, I mean, you're right, they're usually trash. I think there's probably only one that I actually genuinely enjoyed, but
yeah,
you know,
Madden's introduced like story modes. FIFA has story modes like where it's like you're like an up and coming superstar. It's not like a create.
It's
not
like the same story, basically.
Yeah. It's not a like create a player and then that player goes through the story. They've actually created like almost like a choose your own adventure story for your play. Like your player has a name. He's got like, a best friend or whatever. Like it's all the same for everybody basically. And it's just like these stories are not like they're not that good. They're kind of whack, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't. Honestly, I'm not gonna buy them though. You know what I mean? Like I don't really play any of the Lego games, anyways.
I think
but
out of all of those games, the only one that I'm like, yo, this one could actually be dope is the racing game.
Yeah, that sounds sick. That sounds like a good ass time.
The racing game piques my interest, especially with it being open world. Given how like Lego is with their games, like I think I would be down to play that. But the other two, I don't see how they're gonna work. I don't see how they can be successful. Like they might just want to scrap those and focus on the racing games.
Yeah,
I definitely think as far as a international soccer, as far as that is concerned, I probably wouldn't play. I would definitely play the racing game for sure. But I haven't played a soccer game since FIFA 09.
I've never played a soccer game, man.
Yeah, I've hardly ever played.
I haven't played a FIFA in like 2 years, I think. But that's just because I just shifted the focus of the games I played. It's not because the game was bad. I just shifted the focus of the games that I was playing. And I moved more into playing, shooters. But FIFA's always been good. I have fun when I play. I'm not like god tier or anything like that, but I have fun when I play the game.
Yeah. I got friends who live and die by FIFA, man.
Same.
Like I think that there's a market for it, and I think that the problem with there being a Lego version of the game is that like, who is it for?
Yeah,
because I don't think it's gonna take any of the market that is already occupied by FIFA. So like, who are they going for?
Yeah.
Right.
I'll be really curious whenever like the trailers start dropping for these, and like we can actually get like a real look at like, okay, what is this game going to play like? You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I agree. But speaking of trailers, we have a new trailer. We're gonna take a trailer break here.
I like what you did there.
And we're going to show a new game, or I'm sorry, a game that has been announced called Turbo Overkill.
Oh yeah,
So
bro.
we're going to show.
Oh shoot, we get to like we're gonna like watch this. Oh yeah, oh hell yeah,
yeah. So we're going to show this.
Oh yeah.
And we will be back after the trailer. Can you guys hear? Oh man, you got a little copyright.
Are we already copyright claims?
I don't know, but I it probably will be. But I mean, at least it's not. At least it's not.
Yo, can you turn the volume on it down just a little bit?
Okay.
As long as like we are actively like commentating over this, we should be 100%.
Need it down more.
What is this?
I don't. This is like so. I don't know.
What in the world? Is this like if
looks
they did,
like a very cartoony. This looks like someone who worked on a Doom game years ago.
What this looks like to me is, what if they did even less development and spent even less money on Cyberpunk?
No, literally, I think that's exactly what it is. It says Turbo Overkill is a fast, fun, brutal, and over-the-top cyberpunk boomer shooter where you use big guns and a chainsaw leg to shred your way through enemies. It's published by Apogee Entertainment?
Apogee
Entertainment, which I've never heard of, which sounds like a really small studio. But apparently, like, the demo is live. Like, you can play the demo to this game.
I'm sorry. Yeah, this game is not for me.
The only thing I'm going to take away out of this is the fact that it looks like, at least these people look like they made like a somewhat competent game in what's probably fraction of the amount of time that it took them to do Cyberpunk.
You can see the picture.
You can see the pixel.
No, you can see every polygon. It's crazy.
You're
especially when they're shooting, like,
yeah, you're not wrong, bro. This looks like what? Nah, yeah, this ain't for me. I think I would struggle playing this.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I think this is for me. I think I'm gonna download it. This looks sick. Like, honestly, like, I don't know, man. Especially because I've got that itch to play something kind of cyberpunky.
Nicely done, sir.
I mean, I play a lot of demos, but like like I played the Splitgate demo before Splitgate was widely available. I thought Splitgate was awesome, but like that, I'm sorry, that hurt my eyes.
I mean, I will say that someone someone who worked on that game, Turbo Overkill, by the way, is, you said it's available now?
Yeah, I think the demo is available now. Like, if you want to download it on Steam, I think it's available.
Okay. I will say that someone has taken inspiration from both Cyberpunk and Doom, which I think that was a description. Someone has taken inspiration from both Cyberpunk and Doom and created that. And I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it.
I don't know,
I'm usually not one to bash on like how a game looks like visually, but that does not look intriguing whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, I think it, like, for what it's worth, I think that I don't think that they're charging more than like $10 for this thing, dude. Because I think it's just like
Okay.
it's a couple it's a couple game
Okay.
developers who
Oh, okay.
together, like, it's not like this is a big, like, it's not like a big studio put this. It's like
Right.
Well, if
fucking
it's
like 5 dudes in a garage threw this thing together in like a year, and
Well,
it
you
took the
said-
guys who did like Cyberpunk, like whatever. I'll have
Right.
to do a little bit more research, but like from my understanding, it's a really small group of guys who like made this game together.
yeah, I don't think that it won't be a quality game. It's just not for, like, especially visually, it's not
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah, no, I get it. It definitely, it's not, doesn't fit with what all comes out these days, especially like from a
True.
visual aspect.
Yeah.
I mean, everything doesn't need to be like AAA. Like,
Yeah, I was just
Right.
gonna say
that's not really what it is, because like Splitgate, I don't think is anywhere.
no,
near
that's definitely not
the,
true.
like,
That's the indie. Sure.
yeah,
And
like,
people love
but-
that.
But yeah, I think Splitgate is fantastic.
Mhm.
But yeah, visually for me, it's just not it.
It's just not it, son.
True. I yeah.
Shit, that's
You know-
Turbo Overkill.
Yeah. But you know, those of you who are interested in Turbo Overkill, it is available. There is a demo available on Steam for you to try it out. But yeah, that is Turbo Overkill. Wow, that was very interesting. I like that though. You guys like the trailer breaks because
I mean, I'm gonna check it out, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I don't really have any expectations. I'm not the biggest video game dude.
Yeah, I don't have much expectation for that game either. You know,
I think the biggest,
like you said,
honestly,
it probably
the biggest
is
story with
developed.
that. What's up?
No, I was gonna say, like you said, it probably is developed by like 5 people. You know, just
that's the biggest story to me, is the fact that like maybe like 5 to like 20 dudes in a garage like made that, and it took CD Projekt Red with all the resources that they have
2012 by
over like a decade, bro, to make a game that wasn't even finished when it came out. You know what I'm like? That's the story to me on that game.
Right.
It's pretty ridiculous. And that game, like, for what it's worth, like if those guys had the resources that CD Projekt Red had, you know, who's to say we aren't looking at a very different game right there, you know?
True, but also I think because of I don't know. I feel like that game wouldn't really be received well by the public because the game looks too much like a Doom wannabe.
Yeah.
Because of, you know, like, for one, like all the gore, you know, and then like some of the things that they were showing, like the shotgun, like that is probably one thing that shotgun that they showed in that trailer was one of the one things that was like, okay, well, this is a game that wants to be Doom.
Yeah.
And you know, that's no disrespect to like the developers, but that's just what it reminds me of, like when I watched that trailer. So, but I mean, you know, like I said, for those of you that are interested, that is Turbo Overkill, which is available on Steam right now, for a demo. So finally, we'll be moving on to some Twisted Metal news. Twisted Metal is actually my second favorite video game series of all time. I love Twisted Metal. Twisted Metal Black, Twisted Metal OST, I think it's called, and then Twisted Metal 1. I played Twisted Metal Black on PlayStation 2, and they have ported that game to every single PlayStation since. So I'm actually kind of happy for that. But we have Anthony Mackie, my boy Clarence. Twisted Metal series lands at Peacock. Dwayne, would you like to read?
I don't think he has it. Do you have it in front of you?
I can pull the story up. I didn't have it up.
I've got it in front of me. I could read it right here.
Okay.
But the half-hour action comedy will see Mackie play John Doe, a smart-ass milkman who talks just as fast as he drives. no memory of his past, John gets a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to make his wish of finding community come true, but only if he can survive an onslaught of savage vehicular combat. With the help of a tricky happy car thief, he'll face savage marauders driving vehicles of destruction and other dangers on the open road, including a deranged clown who drives an all too familiar ice cream truck. So Anthony Mackie's going to star in it. He's going to executive produce it. The whole series got picked up by Peacock. I'm gonna be real. I've never played a Twisted Metal game. Like I'm familiar with what it is. I know what it is, but I've never played one. So I'm just like, based off of what I do know, I'm like, yo, this sounds like a wild series, man.
I think you would like Twisted Metal.
I do too.
I think you would like it. Like Twisted Metal is a lot of fun.
Yes.
Like it's like all of the best parts of Mario Kart, which is the like battles.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And like that's the whole game. Like it's nothing else but like battling, and like it really is like one of the OG battle royale.
True.
That's really what it is. It's like it's a battle royale game.
So like they would like drop you in there with like multiple people, and then like you're basically just trying to like get all the other cars and stuff like that.
Yep.
Yeah. Basically.
It's basically Extreme Crash Derby.
That sounds sick, honestly. Yeah. Like that sounds like
it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And then there's like power-ups and stuff around the map and like stuff like that.
Is it like open world or like is it different levels?
It's not open world, it's like different arenas.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
A lot of the characters, because each character in those games has like their own story.
Yeah.
And
I'm sure they'll get into that in the series too.
Yeah, they you're gonna see, if you decide to watch this, you're gonna see some shit.
Yeah,
like it's some of these people have really like messed up stories, man. Like it gets dark. Sweet Tooth, yes.
Is he the clown? Is that the clown? Okay, I know the clown. Like because I've been like going to GameStop since I was a kid. Like I know what Twisted Metal is, but like I was never allowed to play it when I was a kid. So because my mom hated clowns, so like anything with a clown on it, she was like, nah, you can't have that.
Because there was a clown?
Yeah, because my mom hates clowns. Like, growing up, it was like anything that had to do with like I wasn't allowed to watch it for so long because of the clown in it. Like anything with a clown in it, I could not. No, like Batman was
Twisted Metal is fun.
She wouldn't even let me watch The Dark Knight when it came out when I was a kid. She was like, nope. She's like, that Heath Ledger's one sick fuck, man.
Yeah, Twisted Metal is a lot of fun. I would definitely, that is a game I would definitely recommend anyone to play.
Absolutely.
If you like especially if you like story, yeah, you'll enjoy those games because even if you don't like someone else's story, there's always one person that whose story you'll like. There are, and plus the roster of characters in those games is pretty big. Sweet Tooth and John Doe are just like the tip of the iceberg. Those are like the two probably most known. But then you have people like Dollface, the Preacher. There's a lot of people in those games. So but
dang, it sounds like there's a lot of lore to this, like which
there is
like intrigues me. Like what brings me into new franchises is the lore. Like I love learning about the characters and like how they interact with each other and like how does this guy's job affect that person. Like I like those kind of things when it comes down to it. So like this becoming like a TV series sounds more like something that I'd be interested in than if they were to do like a Twisted Metal movie. It being picked up by Peacock though is like really interesting to me. So I'm like, is this thing gonna go like? Is it gonna be really violent the way that I kind of like am expecting it to be, or is it gonna be kind of like softcore? You really never know, man.
Nah, I think it's gonna have to be violent.
Yeah.
It has to be.
It has to be. I don't think it's really Twisted Metal without it being violent, really, because that's what Twisted Metal is. It's just
if it doesn't have the violence, it's just it's not.
You shouldn't even do it.
Like clown, or I almost called him Clownface. Sweet Tooth sets his family in the house. He sets the house ablaze.
Oh, shoot.
So
So he's Diablo from the Suicide Squad, directed by David Ayer. Is what you're telling me.
Basically, he's
with
a
less
psychopath.
redeemable qualities.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah. So that's pretty much the
Dang. Low-key, I thought
that-
Anthony Mackie was gonna be playing Sweet Tooth. Based off of this, I was like, oh, John Doe, is that the name of the clown? I was nah, man.
I don't think he would have been a good Sweet Tooth.
I think he's definitely a better fit for John Doe.
Who do y'all see as playing that character, or like
Sweet
does
Tooth?
it really not matter?
What's the old boy who played Jackie Earl Haley?
Oh shoot,
Yeah,
yeah.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, that would be pretty
Okay,
sick.
Yeah. I would definitely.
I think he would do Sweet Tooth right.
Sure, I agree. So yeah, I'm excited for this. Honestly, I definitely would love to watch. I'm gonna have to follow the like any development on this, because I heard about Twisted Metal series last year, but there was not really much information.
I remember hearing a couple years back about a movie. And
I heard that as well.
Never went anywhere.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like this one's like got some real steam behind it. Like Anthony Mackie's a big name right now. And he's got a lot. He's got a lot of momentum behind him.
Like if Peacock is like giving it a green light, because
they series ordered it.
Like they're like looking for stuff to put on Peacock outside of like I'll be honest, I think Peacock is probably the most underrated streaming service.
It is.
I love Peacock.
There's a lot of stuff on Peacock. The only real problem is they gotta fix their damn UI, because like you can't find nothing. But like the amount of stuff that is on Peacock is insane. Like between like sports, like I have it just for watching soccer. That's the only reason I really have it. But you got all the wrestling, you got Bel Air, which is actually fantastic. I know people are gonna hate because it's not their Fresh Prince. Well, get over it. It's a good show.
That's the only taking a break from the video game. That's the only criticism that I've seen of that show, which I don't think is a valid criticism. No. I've just seen people are like, "Well, it's not the original." Okay, I'm aware of that.
Fine.
Tell me what you do and what you don't like about it. And I don't hear anything about that.
Yeah.
So my friend told me it was really good. He was like, "No, it's a really cool like." More realistic take on like the situation. And I was like, okay.
I think it's just a completely different take on that same story.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, I think I'll have to check out Bel Air.
Shoot, man, I'm hyped. I'll finish the segment all by saying like I'm hyped for Twisted Metal now. Like I didn't know anything about it now like between what you guys have told me, now I'm like, okay, this sounds like something I'm definitely gonna be interested in, and like we'll definitely check out whenever it premieres.
Oh yeah, for sure. I definitely recommend it. Even without the show actually being out, I would recommend it. Because I think
I'll play the game.
I think they're gonna do well.
Yeah, if anyone wants to get a vibe of what, or like needs to understand kind of what this show should be, it should be Death Race with the Hunger Games. That's what this is.
Yep.
There you go. That's all I need right there. I'm sold.
So Twisted Metal show. Anthony Mackie is gonna be in it playing John Doe. Very, very, very exciting. So last but not least, we're gonna move into games coming out this month, or released already this month, and then we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna get everyone's thoughts after this, and then we're gonna that'll be it. So we have on March 1st, we have Far, Changing Tides, and Shadow Warrior 3. On March 3rd, we have Babylon's Fall. On March 4th, we have Gran Turismo 7. March 8th, Spellforce 3 Reforced. March 11th, WW2K22. This kind of goes back to one of you said that the yearly releases for these games is getting it's bad for the game. And this is something, I mean, playing Call of Duty for years, it's the same thing that's happening with WW2 or the 2K games. The games are suffering from franchise fatigue. And that's why people are tired of 2K, yearly 2K releases. People are tired of yearly. By 2K, I mean NBA, but even WWE as well.
I almost wish there was a video game just called like
So
WWE 2K, and then they just released like, here's your upgrade. Like, you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
the difference is, I think, with wrestling as well as I think other sports franchises is because of kind of how the turnover with them. Yes, the quick turnaround hurts the game, but I think people are still buying the game.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's still a demographic that is down to buy them every year, and that's the problem. Whereas like with Call of Duty, and also this is another difference with like Call of Duty is the ever changing roster and updates and things like that with sports franchises. Like there's kind of a need for a yearly release.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right.
Call of Duty doesn't have that need. Like they don't need to update rosters or change games or remove people from games because like they're no longer playing or anything like that. Call of Duty doesn't have that issue.
Right.
So there's no reason that they're, releasing subpar games every year.
Yeah.
Yep. I agree.
They really don't have an excuse for it. And it looks like hopefully going forward they're gonna move away from that and go to like, every other year, which I think would be fantastic.
I think that'd be better, to be honest.
That'd be
Every other
way
year,
better.
I got no problem with that.
And we already know that they're taking a break next year, so there won't be a Call of Duty title release next year.
And I think
Although there have been speculation on a zombies game being
Well, they might
released
just
by Treyarch.
update-
I don't know how.
they might just update zombies in Vanguard, which they need to do because
Right.
zombies in Vanguard is trash.
But
like,
also, we have Modern Warfare 2022,
Yeah.
which is developed by Infinity Ward, the same team that made Modern Warfare 2019. They're
well,
bringing
that's gonna end up
sequel.
being probably Modern Warfare 2023 because that's the next game
Oh
to
yeah,
get released.
yeah, that's gonna be a
And
two-year
it's
cycle.
whenever it gets, however it gets shifted. But I also think that another benefit to this every other year release is it instead of having 3 studios constantly working on a game
Mm-hmm.
and then Raven overseeing Warzone, that will free up resources that they can put more, like now they could go to 2 studios developing games at the same time, and the resources that they were putting into that 3rd studio can then get put into Raven to help make Warzone better, because
Right.
that's where their money is. Their money is in Warzone.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
whatever you want to say about the individual releases, the real money is in Warzone. And if that game is the best it can possibly be, it's going to be the best ROI for them. So they got to get some focus on that.
True. We'll just have to see, because the real test for Warzone is gonna come when Modern Warfare 2022, the game that's supposed to release this year, the real test is gonna come after that game releases, because we're gonna get the integration for the new game, and then we're gonna see how well Warzone performs without there being a yearly release now.
So
We're
this
gonna
is
see
kind
if
of-
it carries over people.
This is kind of a rumor, and but it comes from a fairly credible source, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think Warzone 2 is going to be released in conjunction with Modern Warfare 2023, and that's why they pushed the game.
Oh shoot.
What we have currently as Warzone is going to die when the next title gets released.
That is also something that I've heard. And honestly, I think Warzone 2 is definitely the best option for them, because it gives them, unfortunately though, people that have spent money on Warzone.
That's going to be the hard thing that they got to figure out and balance, is how do
Mm-hmm.
you get people who have spent so much money on Warzone
To transition over.
And I think that there'll be a way to do it. because the problem is what they're gonna do is they're gonna eliminate a bunch of weapons.
Yeah.
Because the thing that they can't keep doing is adding 50 weapons every time that there's a new game. Right? Or
Right.
20
Yeah.
weapons, or however many weapons they added every game. Right? Because there's something like 130 weapons in Warzone right now.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous.
And what they also can't do is a lot of the weapons that were in Modern Warfare are going to be reused in Modern Warfare 2. So, like, are you just gonna have two different options and it's like that doesn't make any sense either. So kind of the best thing to do is kind of start fresh there, but also it gives them the chance to update the engine that they're using. Because they're still using the engine from Modern Warfare. Even though none of the individual releases use that engine.
And also another thing is it would give them a chance to kind of restart for the new generation of consoles. Well, PC is going to be PC. So, but of course there's going to be graphical enhancements, as more, as newer technology releases. We just had the 3000 series for graphics cards release. So as that enhances, then so will the new games. So it'll give them a chance to upgrade their game for the new generation of consoles, PS5, Xbox Series X and S. It gives them kind of a redo, so that they can focus more on the new generation of consoles without having to worry about, PS4 and Xbox One, which that's what majority of their player base is on.
Yeah.
Is PS4s and Xbox Ones. So that's just it. That's gonna be, I don't know how they could really balance that, because hopefully Warzone or OG Warzone will still receive updates and things like that. But if not, I think that's gonna piss a lot of people off.
I mean, they're only gonna be able to keep giving it support for so long. They'll maybe
you got to phase it out eventually. You have to phase it out eventually.
Able to do it for another year, 2 years, maybe 3, and then they're gonna have to phase it out. And I don't know how they're gonna do it, but if they're able to successfully migrate people to, the new hotness, like, then it won't really be an issue.
Make a better game.
And I mean, and to be fair, part of this issue is not really on Activision Blizzard. It's on Sony, and less so on Microsoft, but also somewhat on Microsoft, and the scarcity of consoles and people being able to move forward into the next generation of consoles. Because Sony just announced that they're going to make even more PS4s this year.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
And meanwhile,
why are you making
Microsoft
more PS4s? Make some goddamn PS5s.
Meanwhile, Microsoft is discontinuing the production of Xbox Ones.
Is that the new? That's the new one, right? Or is that the old one?
No, Series X.
Oh,
Series
X.
X.
That's right.
Series
X, that's bro. How is that fucking hard? How is it that hard?
But it's just like man. It's that kind of stuff is like
that's so ass backwards.
That's part of the reason why like I think Sony and PlayStation is the superior console. It is. But they're going to end up getting beat, at least in this as far as this generation is concerned, simply because they just didn't make enough.
Nope.
And
I will say
there's other reasons why they couldn't make enough, but like
you should have been more prepared.
Most of those reasons came post release of the console. You could have planned to make more on the front end.
Yeah.
And
there should have been way more than
there
was
are affecting
initially.
them now wouldn't have been a problem had they secured what they needed to make the consoles prior.
I would definitely say I partially agree with that, because I think that PlayStation is the better console, but I think that Microsoft is leaving PlayStation in the dust with Game Pass. And that, I really don't see until PlayStation creates their own Game Pass competitor, which I mean we've heard rumored that whatever I think it's PlayStation Scarlett or something. I forget. But
Xbox Scarlett or whatever.
No. Whatever PlayStation's Game Pass competitor is. I forget what I think it's
the thing with that though is it's not. That's not necessarily about Game Pass, it's not necessarily about consoles, right? Because I don't own an Xbox, but I have considered still getting Game Pass only because it gives me access to all those games on my PC.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's why I didn't say Xbox. I said Microsoft. But the
problem is Sony isn't going to be able to do something exactly like that on PC because who owns the fucking operating system for almost every PC on the planet?
Yeah, that's true.
Microsoft isn't going to let Sony have a competitor to Game Pass.
Yeah, that's true.
Like they're not going to let them.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's a big reason why you don't get full, connectivity and like accessibility of a Sony controller when you plug it into a PC. It doesn't work right because Windows doesn't allow the drivers for Sony products on their computers. That's why you have to use an Xbox controller with most.
They said, They said, fuck that. Can I get one over on me? From like a casual gaming perspective, though, like with what y'all are saying, like I feel like the Xbox Game Pass, that is something that I'm personally interested in. But like as far as like the consoles go, still I would like that's not enough for me to want to buy an Xbox over because like I feel like Sony's got the lock on like the exclusives and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll pay $200 more just to be able to play Miles Morales than I would just to give a shit to pay $10 a month to be able to play whatever other games I want. You know what I'm saying? Like Sony's got the lock on stuff like that. But like the problem is that they should have had more supply to meet that demand.
Yeah.
They just don't.
There aren't enough, and I think this is kind of a comment. There aren't enough Xbox exclusive titles or things that I would gain
Nah,
from
I don't care
Game
enough.
Pass that makes buying an Xbox worth it.
True. And plus, if you have a PC already, there's no need unless you're the only excuse I give to people that buy an Xbox with and they already have a PC is if they're a collector. If you're a collector, then fine. But otherwise, you have no excuse to really get an Xbox if you have a functioning PC.
I mean, there's that, but I also think that if you are someone that is gaming, right, and you have a PC, having an Xbox isn't like crazy if it's your like home entertainment center, like kind of brain.
Right.
Because I think that is where Xbox beats PlayStation for sure. It is much better as the center of your home entertainment center. You know, all of the Netflix apps and all that stuff are much better on Xbox than they are on PlayStation.
Yeah.
But Sony said we want to make a gaming console, and they made a gaming console. Whereas Microsoft wants to make the center of your home entertainment center, and that's what they made. But they made sacrifices in some places, mainly gaming performance. So, like, if you've got an Xbox and it's in your living room, I get that.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna game on an Xbox when I've got a PC.
Right.
I'm not. Because I can buy all of the games that I want to play on Xbox on my PC. I can't do that with a PlayStation, so I'll buy a PlayStation. I mean, I could, but it would be illegal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we know what you're saying.
Right. So yeah, we're gonna finish out this list for games coming out this month, and then we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. So after WWE 2K22, we have Grand Theft Auto 5 coming to PS5. They're upgrading the game for PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S.
The year is 2022, by the way.
Yeah.
Just a note.
3 generations of consoles, by the way. That releases on March 15th. And then next we have The Cruel King and the Great Hero, releasing on March 15th. Phantom Breaker Omnia, March 15th. Monster Energy Supercross 5, March 17th. Persona 4 Arena Ultimax, March 17th. Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin, March 18th. A Memoir Blue, March 24th. Ghostwire Tokyo, March 25th. Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, March 25th. Crusader Kings 3, March 29th. And Weird West for March 31st.
Damn, man, that's a lot of games.
Some of these movies got 3, 4s, and 5s, and I haven't even heard of one. Like, you're on the third game in this series. I haven't even heard of the first one before. Like, yo, was the Persona 4? Is that like part of the Persona series?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's more of like
Persona 5.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking
they
the
did.
whole time.
Yeah, that's why I'm like,
Persona 5 just come out.
How are they on Persona 4? Persona 5.
But they went backwards,
Yeah,
bro. They got that Sony mentality. They said, "Man, we're going back."
Oh yeah, no. Persona 4 exists. The main reason why Persona 4 isn't really talked about as much is because I know like the general consensus of people that have played the game is like it wasn't really that good compared to Persona 5.
Damn, so they went back and said, "Let's do it again."
For Persona 4, or was it?
Well, Persona 4. So it's Persona 4 Arena Ultimax. That is I guess that's a fighting, like, Street Fighter.
I got it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So
it's like a different line, but in the same franchise.
Makes sense. I got it.
Because Persona 5 actually has the same thing. They have like the actual game, and they have a fighting game version of it.
Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes
that's
sense.
What it is.
It's like the Resident Evil games, man. I'm confused as fuck. I don't know, man. I couldn't tell you. The order.
Say what you want.
I don't know, man. I'm just here.
We just here, man.
But yeah, that is going to be the end of our show for today. We had a great show, had a lot of good conversation about the gaming sphere. So we're gonna get some plugs in here. We're gonna start from bottom to the top. Aiden.
Hey man, y'all can find me. I'll be back on in an hour. We're gonna be doing the Batman non-spoiler review on this very channel for the Nerdcore's live show. So look out for that. Sunday, we have our AEW Revolution watch along where I'll be defending the High Fly Radio Championship against Dwayne and Gio. You know what I'm saying? We'll see how that goes. But it's also going to double as a charity stream. We're going to be raising funds for the trans lifeline. Any bit counts. Please head to our Twitter. It's in the description below. Just retweet our pin tweet. Just like it, comment, any interactivity that spreads the word, like really helps out with that kind of stuff. So please tune in for that. That's it.
Absolutely.
I don't really plug myself, man. Y'all don't need to find me. Y'all don't need to know what I'm doing.
Oh yeah, I forget.
Y'all don't need to find me on the internet
again.
Y'all don't need to see what the fuck I be posting, man.
But Dwayne. Plug it.
You can find me anywhere and everywhere on the internet at Burkmade. Please check out my YouTube channel. It's all about live streaming, OBS tips and tricks. So if that's kind of your thing, please come check it out. You can find me on Twitch, normally on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We just started the Kink Olympics yesterday. We got through round 1 and 2. Every Thursday, we're going through a round all the way through the end of March. It's March Madness. There's been some upsets already, but it's been a lot of fun. And you can find me here on Sunday, becoming the High Flyer Radio champion.
That fucking filth that I just heard. I don't know what I just heard. I'm taking my shit out. Some static or something going on in here.
Aiden.
Great banter. Definitely go check out
Burkmade. Do you really think that you're gonna beat me on Sunday?
Well, I don't need to beat.
Doesn't matter what you think.
Oh no! Yep. Oh man. Yep. He did it. There it is. All right.
I can't even say shit. I just have to leave.
Oh man. Well, hey, to get your ass back in there, boy.
Oh fuck! I just dropped my title.
Look at the disrespect. The disrespect.
Hey, fucking Hangman dropped it on last Wednesday, and no one said shit.
That was good. That was good. That was really good. But definitely make sure you guys tune in Sunday for the charity stream. Please, any bit, any dollar, any cent counts. It helps. This is going to a very good cause, so definitely make sure you guys tune in, and definitely make sure to check out Burke Made. If you guys haven't already, I pop in for a little bit, sometimes for the tech tips. You know what I'm saying? I love it. I love it. Love what you do, Burke. But yeah, I like to thank both of you guys for coming on. We had lots of good conversation. I just scared the shit out of myself. I thought somebody touched my fucking arm, dude. What the fuck was that?
Damn, you got a ghost too, man.
You got ghosts. It's time to go.
Listen, don't tell me that I'll have nightmares tonight. But yeah, thank you guys. Again, you guys can follow me on twitter.com/Mr. Chillzone. You can also follow me on twitch.tv/Mr. Chillzone. You can also find me here hosting GamerCore for the first Friday of every month. Next month, actually, on April 1st, is the first Friday of that month. So that's the next time I'll be hosting this show again. For all things Nerdcore related, you can follow us on Patreon at www.patreon.com/Nerdcore. You can follow us on Twitter at @TheNerdcore_, our Instagram at TheNerdcore, and you can go to our website at thenerdcore.com. If you see anything you like, let us know. And also, you can find us anywhere and everywhere on all things Nerdcore related on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Our email is thenerdcorepod@gmail.com. So if you have anything you want to email us, then definitely feel free to do so. And that is going to be it for the rest of our show. Would one of you guys like to send them out?
Man, I don't know what the fuck to say, man. Just watch me beat Lane on Sunday. That's really it, man. Donate to save trans lives, dog. That's all the fuck we got. Don't be a piece of shit.